So, God help me, I was in a writers group on a social media platform. Writers loosely used, as in quotation marks, writers, because anybody can call themselves a writer now. And that is kind of good because you get a lot of variety and a lot of different talent, a lot of subject matter, a lot of genres, a lot of input from different people. It's also a terrible thing. Terrible. So, one of the things that I don't like is that now, in addition to documentaries and movies and blog posts and all of that stuff, now there are people that are advocating very loudly, of course, for mandatory trigger warnings on fictional books. Yeah. Normally I would scroll through. I've learned to do that with this particular topic because the people that are saying that they want it are laughable. Are you kidding? A trigger warning? It's 300 pages of paper glued together that you're holding, that you bought, that you read the back and saw the blurb for. You know what this book is about. You knew coming up to this scene that there was something about to happen. You had all that stuff going and you still read the scene and then had a cry about it. And most likely didn't actually cry or feel anything. You just wanted people to know that you're outraged and that you are very virtuous. I've done a couple of blog posts over the years about this subject, and hopefully I'll put some links in the description. But I have one called No Nerfs here because fuck you. I will never put a trigger warning on my book. You read the blurb, you know what you're getting into. If you don't like it, put the book down. I think the other one is called Trigger Me Timbers because, ooh, Trigger Me Timbers. You guys just make me laugh now. Welcome to the Thunderdome, bitches. Getting scared over a fictional plot and a fictional character and a fictional dialogue? You need some help. We are pushing 8 billion people on this planet. Everyone has variables. Everyone was raised by different sorts of parents in different states and countries with different assets, with different educations, with different likes and dislikes and foods they want to eat. We read different things. We lean politically differently. And you want a book to cater to your very, very specific makeup? Now, I don't know. It seems to say a lot more about you than the creator or the plot. Oh, it triggered me. Yeah, a lot of us have trauma. A lot of us have things that we've worked on and healed. And I'm sorry that it happened to you, but maybe it's time you worked on it so that a clump of paper doesn't make you upset. If it even did in the first place, because we all know that there are certain demographics of society that like to rattle the cage and get outraged just to get people to look at them. I get it. There are a lot of shiny things around the internet and influencers and pretty people and people with talent, and if you're not one of them, you wear your only claim to fame, for lack of a better term, because nobody actually wants to get SA'd, you're wearing that for an identity badge basically. And if that's what you're doing, that's a you problem. That's a mental health problem. That's not an author's problem. Oh, but it made me feel sad and anxious and I have a right to feel safe. Yes, you do. You do, but not in someone else's fictional world. They created it, you willingly came into that world. Art is supposed to make you feel. And I will say, if anything, to draw a feeling from someone only serves to prove that the author or the creator is a true artist. Depraved is as scary as they made the scene, whatever it is, they got something out of you, didn't they? That's talent. And let's not forget, you aren't the only one. This is a pretty crappy world. And a lot of the times you'll find an author or a creator making some art that's based on a life that they've lived or someone close to them and they've had the experience of the things that you're claiming that are triggering you. They've actually gone and used it as a cathartic means of getting it out of themselves, of healing themselves, of working on themselves. And here you come along and just think that you can throw your weight around and tell them how they are supposed to display that pain or hurt or talent or whatever it is just because it offends you. You literally can't even afford them the courtesy that you're telling them they need to afford you. If you are unable to control that emotion or recognize it for what it is, then you need to put the book down. You need to scroll on. You need to accept that it's not something that you want to be involved in and not demand other people change their whole lives because you have something that you haven't put to rest yet. Words are not actions. Words on a piece of paper can't hurt you. Well, shouldn't hurt your feelings. And if they do, you need to go and get better equipped with some skills to help you deal with that, because the world is not going to cater for you, and you have no right to demand that someone else's creativity be stifled because of something you have unresolved. Don't want to be one of those people that's asking you to sub and like, but if you feel like commenting or liking, that would help me out. It'll give me the power to do more of these episodes.